fan. Oh, Happy New Year. Welcome each and every one of you. I am so glad to be on the call tonight, only to be on the call tonight, but to be able to break in the new year for our Raw Legacy call, as we will always continue the legacy for Tony Greenway Award, our one-star platinum. And I just said, I've been sick. So, team, I have been taking care of myself. I'm feeling a little bit better. I told Deidre, I'm good. I'm going to get in. I'm going to train today. This is going to be my topic. And the crazy piece about this being my topic, and it's not so crazy, is that it's the same topic that I went and trained on this morning for the Sunrisers. But Sunrisers, guess what? You guys were so fired up, so filled with fire this morning, saying this is something that you guys needed. I just took the time and put it into a PowerPoint presentation for you guys. I said I'm getting out of my comfort zone, because those that know me, I like to book, bill, and do events, right? And the tedious stuff like flyers and all those things, I just kind of shy away from. But today I said, I'm going to do it. Deidre, I want to give it back to you. You are the voice of evolution. And I will be remiss not to give you your flowers tonight. And the reason why I say that is that you do so much behind the scenes that everyone need to know that you are the one to ensure that regionals, any corporate event that goes on in this amazing company, you are spearheading it. When it comes to Huba, getting ready for a convention, this is the woman that makes it all happen. So let's just give her some 7-7, some claps inside the chat box, because without you, we will not be able to do the things that we do, and keeping us as leaders accountable for everything that we need to do in this company. So I'm going to salute you today. So family, we're going to get started, and let me get this to move. I trained this morning, and our hashtag is thanks to Zambia Everest out of the Virginia market, is hashtag more for 24. Benita Burke said we need to get t-shirts. We need to just hashtag them all over the place, because that's where we need to be. We need to do more in 2024. And I wanted to share with you guys today, and becoming a travel agent in 2024 involves understanding, agreeing to the responsibilities and the expectations. Here is going to be some of the aspects of what you should be aware of. And I'm going to just dive into it, kind of like I did this morning. And don't know one tell David McCovey that I trained it twice today, because I'll probably be in trouble. But that is okay. So let's just talk about it. Knowledge of the travel industry. As a travel agent, a travel advisor, a travel consultant, you need to have a good understanding of the level of the industry, including various destinations, travel products, and services. Let me say this, and I say this all the time. You are the best product that you can offer. Let me say this again. You are the best product that you can offer. Your brand is you, right? So let's just kind of talk about some of those industry knowledge. Destinations. You need to familiarize yourself with the popular tourist destinations, cultural attractions, and any off-beaten path locations. And when I say this, all of us have our different niche, right? And I'm so sorry that everybody is pinging right now, but we all have a niche, right? Some of us are large travel bookers, and some of us just do large groups. Some of us focus on cruises. Some of us focus on all-inclusive. Some focus on religion, weddings, destinations. You must definitely have to be engaged, and you have to truly understand what are you going to be familiarized with. For me, everyone know I love sandals. Everyone know I love Rio. Now I have always been AMR Resorts, which is now Hyatt All Inclusive. Now I am getting better and better and better and working with charisma. I don't know, for some of you that didn't know, that Lomas Travel is no longer part of charisma. So you got to understand what's going on in the industry, right? Number 2 item, product, travel product. You need to understand the various travel products, such as all-inclusive, we talked about, cruises, adventure tours, and luxury accommodations. All of those, you can be an 11-time I-10 card holder like myself, or a $1 million travel booker, income earner, as a Benita Burton. All of you on this call can do exactly what we're doing today. You just got to stay plugged in. You got to stay connected, and you got to stay consistent. Let's talk about service. So when you think about the knowledge of the travel industry, so we're going to talk about service. Be knowledgeable about the transportation options, travel insurance, and other services. You guys all know, I always say I leave no money on the table. I absolutely do not leave anything on the table. I am going to make sure that I provide that client with everything that they possibly need. And if they haven't asked for it, because you are that consultant, right? Because you're in that consultant mode, you're going to ask those questions. You're going to find out, what did they love about their last group trip, or their last vacation, or their last family trip? What are they looking new? What are they looking to see different? You get to probing and asking those questions, and I guarantee you, your brand and your business is going to grow. Let's talk about customer service. Wow. Providing excellent customer service is crucial. You be dealing with clients, addressing their inquiries, and ensure their travel needs are met. I'm going to share something with you guys tonight, and this is absolutely the truth. And I had to make a call to my team and said, wow, the bride, she was the bride from heaven. That's what I'm going to say. I cannot believe that she just booked to be part of my buyout of this resort I have. And I didn't understand the conversation that I was having with the client, saying, treat them with click gloves, do good, or something he said, and it still didn't register. When I went in to book their room today, I was like, oh my God. The cool piece is, you guys, she was the bride from heaven, and complained to Archer, went to the Better Business Bureau, and I'm gonna tell you, because I was good with documentation, and because I treated her with respect, when I see her at this event, she's going to get the same thing. So what I'm saying to you is, make sure you address everything and provide excellent service to your clients, regardless if sometimes you just want, and I'm going to keep it real, sometimes you just want to just shut it down and don't do it, right? So let's talk about some of those customer service skills. And some of those customer service is so important to your business. So client, I'm not going to say customer service, I'm going to say client relationships. Type in the chat box, client relationships. When you are building those client relationships, you build and maintain a strong relationship with your clients by understanding their preference, their needs, and their expectations. I want to know, how many of you have a client profile sheet that you utilize? Whether it's Google Docs, whether it's job form, whether it's Travel Joy certified test, or that you're just using the one that we have in the back office. How many of you guys utilize that? Because it's so crucial, and you'll be able to reflect and go back and just kind of recap on what you're doing with that client. Because that's when to build that relationship, because you want to have that relationship. And when I think about having a relationship, those clients are going to come back, and they're going to come back, and they're going to continue to give you the business. Problem resolutions. Develop a problem-solving skill to address any issue that will arise with your client's travel. I'm going to tell you something. When my clients travel, I make sure that I'm available. When my clients travel, I make sure that they have my WhatsApp. If my client travel and there is a problem, I am going to be available. I've been available for my team members and my downline that have had challenges with their clients traveling, and I've always been accessible. You want to make sure that you put something in place. Put something in place when you're traveling, for if you have a backup person that is going to help you as you're traveling. You want to make sure that you always have something available, so when your client do have a challenge, that you are accessible. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So let's talk about booking and reservations. You will be responsible for making those travel arrangements, including booking flights, hotels, rental cars, and other services accurately as an essential to avoiding any issue with your client. Now, some of you probably say, I don't book air. I'm gonna say shame on you. Some of you are gonna probably say, I don't book air because I don't get paid commissions. Well, some of you guys add fees, right? You guys add service charge, because when you go directly to the hotel, to the airline, they're gonna charge you a fee. I don't charge fees. I book everything. I think, and the reason why I do now, I've always, because everyone look at me as a large travel booker. So when I'm out, people say, well, Patrice, I never really reach out to you because all you do is big groups. I do everything. It does not matter how small, if it's one person, I do book air. And I book air directly, and I will book air from Vance, and I will go into the booking commission and add additional for if it's international. I most definitely will add a service fee if it's international. But if it's just it's a standard and my client just want to go, I'm sitting here with 80 of my clients guests for a wedding in June. Now they all want to book. They all want to book. They all are ready to book their flights, right? Benita shared last week on the booking Q&A that you can go back and you can add that air to your reservation that you have in Vax. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pricing it out. Now I will hit Vax up and say, this is what I need you to do. I need you to add this to my client's profile. This is the flight. This is where they want to go. And now I have a true total solution. So now I'm going to get paid for the air. Now I'm going to get paid for the resort. And now I'm going to get paid for the excursions. And now I'm going to get paid for the travel protection. So you just got to make sure that you guys are asking the right questions and having that profile sheet. So when you are booking flights, you want to understand the flight options of the airlines, the fare, the class, the restrictions, and any update policies and changes. Well, you know, the airlines do what they want to do, but you need to make sure that when you're pricing out a flight and it's an economy flight, you want to make sure that you let the client know it's non-refundable. No changes, back fees, depending on the supplier, right? And then you have those that want to do the main cabin. Those become refundable. Yes, it might be $50 or $60 difference. You need to be able to share that with them. Hotels, wow. You need to get familiarized with your hotels and accommodations, amenities, and your booking platform. So I'm going to use a few of the different platforms. We have an agent that will get on the morning call, and she will share with you what type of cabins that they have for cruises and different accommodations. But if you are booking Sandals, you need to know Sandals Portal. But if you're new in the company, you most definitely can't get access to Sandals until 3 months, correct? Pleasant Holiday, I wasn't aware that you need to be with them for 1 month in the company in order to book off their portal. And then Delta, we all know Delta, I love me some Delta, is you have to be in the company for 2 months. But you have to figure out what suppliers you're going to use, but you most definitely want to make sure that you understand what you're providing to that client, and the accommodations. Get on those sites, get into Vax. Vax, you have Apple, you have FunJet, you have United, you have Southwest, you have Travel Impressions, you have a little bit of everything there. Get into the back office, spend 30 minutes a day in the evening, in the afternoon, on your break, and just get to learn what's back there so you can be able to familiarize yourself on the products. Let's talk about rental cars. You need to make sure when you're doing rental cars that you're including that insurance option. If they decline it, then great. You make sure that you get something stating that they decline it. Normally with Expedia Top or some of the others, they probably have that information there. You don't have to learn all the video types. All you got to do is get in and price it out. I'm looking right now for a 16-passenger van to take my family. We're going to go to Orlando. I booked listen, the founder taught us, right? You do business with others, they need to do business with you, correct? So my daughter, she won't come back into the company for whatever reason, but she sure enough shopped me, right? So she shopped me today. I booked them. I booked 2 rooms, 2 condos in Orlando for March and the rental car. I added travel protection. Doesn't matter if it's your family or not. You want to make sure that you have that same conversation with them so they know the do's and don'ts. So they know when you get to the resort, you still got to pay $350 for the resort fee. So you guys got to make sure that you're sharing that information with those clients, because the last thing you want to do is have an upset client. Next, understand the travel regulations. Stay informed about travel regulations. I'm going to add passports. I'm going to add, everyone knows, May of 2025, everyone has to have a real ID. So I'm going to be adding those pieces to this flyer, to this presentation, I'm sorry. Any other legal aspects of travel? Knowledgeable. I'm going to go back to something. You need to make sure, if you have not went into your back office for special information or need to know, and review your term and conditions with Evolution Travel. Some of us probably came into the company, just checked that box and went on. I'm going to say, learn it, read it, and understand it. Because there are terms and conditions and there are legal legalities that's in there that you most definitely want to know, right? And then I'm going to say, spend time on the travel cafe and know the do's and don'ts. Know what your responsibility is as a travel agent, the do's and don'ts of BDM. All that information you will find in the travel cafe. Because the last thing that we want you to ever say, if anything comes about, that you didn't know. And I'm going to say it was in the back office. You must definitely have to read all of those things to make sure that you are in compliance, right? So the next piece is visas, documentation. Stay informed about visas, passports, real ID, but also know the restrictions and the documentation that you need for the international travel. So you know that they made a change for Jamaica. So I just sent out to my wedding party of 80, these are the things that you need to do before you get into Jamaica. Now, I could have sent that stuff last year, family, and they probably would have never looked at it. Now I'm sending it out tonight. They're going to be looking at it and say, great information. So you want to make sure that you do your research. If any of your clients is traveling international, you want to make sure that you have everything that they need to be able to do that. Safety regulations. Be aware of all the safety regulations, requirements for the travel advisories and vaccinations. I'm going to say this. I always like to try to bring a story into play, which is true. I went to, in May, on a fam for Hyatt all-inclusive, like the first week. Then at the end of the month, I went to Jamaica for my private event that I host every year. And because I noted that I had traveled within the 60 days, they want to know where. So they stopped me as I was going through customs. As Adrian Young and Pamela Tate and some of the other ladies kept going because they didn't know what was going on, they detained me to ask me all these questions to find out if I felt sick, because they had sickness and stuff going on over there in Punta Cana. You want to just make sure, that your clients are honest and that you're honest, because you never want anything to come back on you, okay? So just make sure that you know what's going on in the international market to ensure that your clients are good. Communication skills, wow. Effective communication is the key. You need to communicate clearly with your clients, travel suppliers, and other stakeholders to ensure a smooth travel experience. So when I talk about other stakeholders, I'm talking about your team. I'm talking about those that have accountability partners. I'm speaking on those that are mentors, that are mentoring other business partners in the company. I'm talking about the junior partners. I'm talking about our founder council. You got to make sure that you are communicating clearly to everyone in the organization. Okay. You need to make sure that you are working with your accountability partner. You want to have your clients' communication. Communicate clearly, properly with your clients, providing them with accurate and information. Accurate information is crucial. Let me tell you, we're going to talk about the ethical portion of this, but you have to be accurate. You can't take shortcuts. You got to be honest. And if you think that is going to cause you to lose the deal, then it's so be it. You just got to make sure that you're going to be providing accurate information to your clients. Negotiation. Develop a negotiation skill when dealing with a travel supplier to ensure the best deals for your client. I'm not going to say sell cheap. I'm not going to say reach out to your BDMs to try to get everything you possibly can. You are a travel advisor, you're a travel consultant. You know how to go and price out each of those, that particular deal from 3 different suppliers. What I love about Jolie Carisky, and she said this at the Virginia regionals in October. None of us was using Expedia tab, right? We know we wasn't, so we don't have to be quiet. I was so elated and so excited to see David back in the room at the birthday party. To know that we're able to get 80% commission, full value, but she sold Expedia Tap regardless of how much we made. She sold Expedia Tap because it was what's the best for her client. And that's where we have to be. We have to make sure that we're doing what's best for the client. And I have to say this, for those like myself that didn't book Expedia, there was one young lady out of the whole company that booked Expedia over $700,000. And she was registered for the reward points. And at that time, at the birthday party, it was only 233 of us that was registered out of 28,000 business partners. So it's really crucial that you are on that negotiating type of where you can be able to work with your strategic manager. But I need to say this. If you're working with a BDM, you need to most definitely let your platinum or your founder council member know. So if anything comes back from Archer and saying that you've been engaged, we can always say, oh, yes, we have already been in communication with them. We gave them the okay. So you just want to keep everything on the up and up. Let's talk about something that's dear to my heart. Technology proficiency. You need to familiarize yourself in your booking system, online tools, other technology that's relevant to the travel industry This will help you streamline your booking process and stay competitive. Let me say this. When I think about this, I think about myself. Because I always think about what am I going to do next to make sure that my company runs proficiently all the time. I make sure that it doesn't matter what booking system. So if I'm working with those suppliers, I'm going to make sure that it's working for me. I'm going to make sure that my travel joy is working for me. I'm going to work for anything that I put out to ensure that I be able to be competitive in the booking process. I'm going to make sure that it is working. Family, what I'm going to tell you guys is that sometimes we get in our way. We absolutely get in our way. So what we have to do for a booking system, we got to master what we use for our flights, our hotel, and other services. So when I think about Marriott, I love Marriott because I can go into fantastic rates and I can go anywhere. I can book it myself. I make sure that all of my suppliers that I use, that I am registered with them, password protected, everything. So when you're out there and believe me, someone has said, I didn't know that we can book travel on our cell. You absolutely can. I travel a lot. So I use my cell phones to do what I need to do. I need to make sure that all my booking systems are logged in my notes so I can be able to get to them. So you want to make sure that you are using and you're mastering all of the systems, anything that we're doing with Archer Travel. So when I think about our systems, we have Archer Go. We have now the new Evo Plus. We have Evo Rewards. We have Pop Agility. You have your Travel Cafe. And you have your travel site that you can promote to your clients to get referrals. And you have My Evolution for those that team builders. You can send that link out and it's going to tell them everything about everything. So know your systems. Let's talk about online tools. My APs, my accountability partners, I do have accountability partners. I have Kia out of the 313 and Tundra out of Alabama and TJ out of Ohio. And believe me, they're all junior partners because I lost my mentor, Tony Queen Ward. I lost her, but these ladies stepped up to the plate and they have helped me so much in understanding so many different online tools. You have to know your online tools. You have to get on your online travel platforms. You need to review the sites. You need to look at the mobile application to enhance your customer's experience. You got to have that. I have so many everything just loaded on my phone that I just can go to the fingertip when I'm traveling. Or if I'm doing multiple things, or I'm on the Zoom and I'm supposed to be really listening because I know you guys are probably telling on your phone, you can be able to go and pull that information. You want to always stay competitive. Remember, you're not an employee of Archer, and nor are you an employee of Evolution. You are an independent contractor. You have to make sure that you're doing everything you possibly can for your business to succeed in this industry. Let's talk about ethical conduct. Wow, this is something that's so dear to my heart. Integrity. Integrity is so important in every aspect of your life, but most definitely it is important in what you're doing here at Evolution Travel. So you got to hear by those ethical standards in the industry. This included being honest with your clients, providing accurate information, and avoiding a conflict of interest. And that is so important. So you guys, I always say transparency. You got to be transparent. Be transparent with your clients regarding the price, the term, conditions, and any other potential conflict of interest. So when I think about the wedding, just reflecting on it today, I did everything I possibly could to be transparent. Confidentiality is so important. Respect and maintain the confidentiality of your client's professional and personal information. So that is like holding onto your credit cards. I'm going to ask in the chat box. I know that some of the people already know. How long do you hold on to your client's credit card information? That's one. And then what do you do and how do you dispose of those clients' credit card information? So let's talk about marketing and sales. Wow. You know, really, you guys, we do both. We do marketing and we promote and we sell. We book travel, but we also market travel. And we also market in team build. We do both. Some of us do both. Some of us just do travel. And then we have others that just team build, and that's okay. Depending on your role, you might be involved in the marketing level or packaging the services. Sales skills can be beneficial in promoting and selling travel products. That's what you do. Remember, you're the best product you can offer. I tell everyone all the time, you need to duplicate the system because it's already there in place. Why try to start something different when you have so many resources and this amazing organization? For me, it doesn't matter who your platinum or your gold, because I help everyone. But what I'm saying is that it is for you to market and brand your business. You have to get in your backyard. I'm not going to get on that backyard tangent because everyone that knows me, I always say that you most definitely have to identify and understand your target market. If you do not understand your target market, how are you going to be able to tailor marketing strategies to the target market? You have to understand your target market. You have to ask, what is your niche? Who are you targeting your services to? My next question is, how many times you post? How many times you post on social media? Are you a silent agent? Do your friends and family know that you're really in travel? They don't have to buy from you, but do they really know that you're a travel agent? Are you marketing and branding your business? Are you getting out there on Facebook, TikTok? I'm learning TikTok, you guys. I just had to ask my AP today, have you looked at some of my TikToks? She said, girl, you're getting there. You're going to get better. Okay, I'm going to take that. I'm getting out there and I'll eventually get better. I see tons of TikToks from all of the business partners. You guys got to get on TikTok. You got to most definitely have a LinkedIn profile. I've been on LinkedIn for almost 15 years. Nope, it's been longer than that because I've been retired longer than that. But I've been on LinkedIn. And I always say, when people ask for Patrice Vance, they're going to say, Danger Zone Travel, Divas in Power, VIP, Danger Zone VIP Experience, Explosive All-Star Special Needs Cheer, and Miss Fighting Soul Entertainment. Absolutely. Your brand is so important. So you getting out there and you marketing your business and knowing what your target market is, it's going to help you out tremendously. I'm going to tell you, do you know how I'm able to get into a lot of stuff? Way before my nonprofit organization, because that's my conversation. So what do? My passion is travel. But I love special needs. But I also have a nonprofit organization that I give back to special needs and just getting to the same conversation. And you do all of that in your travel agent. So I'm able to get into doors that I probably wouldn't have been able to get in before because I'm using other methods. I don't pass out my travel card. I'm going on the Icons of the Seas. I leave on a red eye on Monday night. I will be there for the preview event for the inauguration, representing Evolution in Archer Travel. I will not be passing out a travel card because we're not supposed to recruit, right? But I most definitely will have my business card from a nonprofit organization, and that's going to turn the dynamics for them to reach out to me to then talk about travel. So I've said so many times that you need to lock arms with your backyard, whether it's a nonprofit organization, a junior All-American football and cheer, Pop Warner football and cheer. Those organizations are looking for people like you because they're traveling. Cheer season is in. Other kids either going to Georgia, or they're going to Orlando, or the football players are doing the bowl game in Orlando. That's where the sports travel come into play. So you got to figure out your target market. You must need to identify it, and you got to come up and tailor you a marketing strategy accordingly. Let's talk about promotional tactics. There's various marketing channels, and we talked about this. Social media, promote travel packages and services. But why are you not doing vending events? One of my agents hit me up today. I'm going to get with her this evening. She's going to be hosting an event. She's excited. You need to be doing vendor events. You need to get in your backyard. You need to go into Google or go into Google. If weddings is your specialty, find out what the next wedding event is. If cruising is your specialty, then you need to be at the 360. I always look at the 10 to 360, but I've shipped up this year and said family comes first, right? Because when you lose a parent, you really get to realize, and you get to realize, and what, you know what? Life is short. And I want to be able to spend as much time as I can with my family. So I canceled 360 because now I want to be in Orlando, Florida with the cheerleaders, but I'm also going to be smart. I'm going to reach out to our platinum, Tommy Joe, and I'm going to visit with her and do some Evo stuff. And I'm going to do a meet and greet for the Divas of Power. I'm going to be able to do 3 things at one time, but I'm going to be out there marketing and branding. That's what you have to do. You most definitely need to just bridge, I just have to say this. You have to be the product of the product. You have to be the best product you can offer, and you have to be the product of the product, and you're not to wait on anyone. You don't wait on your mentor. You don't wait on your mentee. You don't wait on your gold. You don't wait on your platinum, because at the end of the day, they don't have your bottom line, and your bottom line need to be in black. I'm going to keep it transparent. If your bottom line was not black at the end of the year, because now we're working on taxes, right? Then you're doing this for a hobby. The RX is going to look at this as you're doing this for a hobby, and they're going to tell you need to do something different. I'm telling you that you need to have a marketing plan. It doesn't have to be long. You need to have a marketing plan, a business plan, and your goals mapped out for you. I don't do resolutions. Your goals mapped out for the next 90 days. And make them smart. Make them measurable. You can most definitely do that. So let's talk about the next thing that I love. Oh, gotta go back. Went to the wrong one. Look. Networking. Wow. I'm a networking butterfly. When I walk in the room, it's kind of like Tony Ward. You guys know how she just was. You walked in the room, you knew who she was because she was infested like that. Just her synergy, her energy, just her personality, just everything. I'm not a Tony Ward, but when I walk in the room, I am speaking. I'm coming from the old school. We're always taught when you enter into a room, you speak. I see people walk into a room and then and people don't speak. When you walk into a room, you are to greet people. So that means that when I walk into a room, I'm saying, hi, my name is Patrice, da-da-da-da, everybody now. I was sick at the birthday party, kind of off, but I'm getting back, right? But you want to build a network of contacts within the travel industry. Can be valuable, I'm going to tell you. This includes connections with the airlines, the hotels, the tour conductors, and anything that's related to travel business. You know what? Every time I host an event in Jamaica, I have my own suppliers. All my private events, I do it with the people in Jamaica. I build a business relationship. I stay engaged with them all year. And I'm like, guess what? I've decided what I'm going to do for 2025. Do you think you can be able to play? Same way in building those relationships with your business development manager. Randy from Royal, I love him to pieces because I've been able to build a relationship with him over the past 8 years. Richard from Sandals, no longer with Sandals, the same thing. When you're able to build those relationships, Benita would tell you, she has a relationship that she built with Vacation Express. Lisa McDaniels out of Ohio. They have built those relationships where they are able to get those. Everybody said, well, I don't get to go on a fam trip. Well, guess what? Fam trips is not going to drop in your lap, right? You got to network. You have to get out there. Not only are you networking, you have to make sure that you network with your accountability partner. Because I'm going to say this, if you got an accountability partner and your bookings haven't changed and your building haven't changed, guess what? You guys are friends. You need to get a new partner. You can still be friends. Absolutely. But you got to get a new accountability partner. Because if they're not pushing you to get you to the next level, if they're not pouring into you, no, not that. If they're not calling you on your stuff, let me tell you, my APs called me on my stuff all the time. So if you have an accountability partner and they're not pushing you, and you guys are having a conversation every day for 2 and 3 hours, just talking about what's going on, time for you to get a new business partner. But what I'm going to tell you guys is networking is so important. Attend travel, trade shows, conferences, and networking events to build relationship with suppliers and fellow professionals. So that's why you need to be in the room. Those that's coming to SoCal Boot Camp next weekend, I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you because SoCal is not going to be the same once y'all get here. But you also need to be in the room in regionals. There are 8. I know Deidre will talk about this a little bit later. You need to be in the room because when you're in the room at the events, you get an opportunity to meet other business partners. I heard this morning that I think her name is Patricia Washington. I hope I don't have it wrong. She met Shelly out of Katy, Texas at regionals in Texas in October. To hear this woman just share everything that she had learned just in that time, and she's coming to California. You need to be in the room. You need to be in regionals. Don't make your excuses be your excuses. Get into regionals. Not just regionals. You need to be at convention. You need to get to convention because the whole thing about convention for me, I just want to learn one thing new. And if it's one thing new that I learn so I can continue to build my brand, then I've done everything I possibly can. But what I love about convention, I get to meet so many of you guys. I get to meet you. You get to share your stories. You walk away with so much knowledge. Believe me, you guys, you need to be in a room. That's all I got to tell you. You need to be in a room. And then you need to be an online community. You need to be participating in some online forums and communities that you can connect your travel business with. So I know that I trained on a morning call before the end of the year that you need to go on Vax and you need to register for the Compass brochure, the booklet that comes out every month or quarter. And you also need to be registered for the week news. But you also need to be part of a Chamber of Commerce. Because the Chamber of Commerce for 2023, more for 2024, I registered with them in 2023. And I'm looking to utilize my Chamber of Commerce for both for Danger Zone Travel and for Divas Empower. Because now, because I'm a member, if I host anything at my office in Monrovia, they can do an email blast and they can send it to everybody. So you got to start thinking outside the box. If you have a community and they have a community center, you can do things there. You got to be creative. You got to think outside the box. You can't sit and think that we're going to give you all of that. You got to be, well, let me say this. You got to be coachable. You have to communicate. You have to stay connected. And you have to, you have to be consistent. Only you can do those things, right? So let's just talk about continuous learning. The travel industry evolves. So stay updated with the industry and trends, new destinations that's related to the technology. So let me tell you, I am so in tune and truly believe in professional development, pursuing ongoing training certificates, educational opportunities, and I am praying for one. Just keep me in prayer. Hoping I get an email one day and say you are actually been accepted. But you got to do your educational opportunities. You got to stay abreast of the changes. And you got to make sure that you're getting the industry publications, that you're reading the industry publication, blogs, resources, stay immersed in the trends. So when I say that, we get so much information that's sent to us by email. If you're a day oneer, you already know. We probably changed our email 3 times because we get so many emails. What I'm going to say to you guys tonight is take this, because I just got to thank Zabia Everett for coming to me and says, sis, it is the new year. Can you just share with us truly what we need to be doing as a travel advisor? I'm saying to you guys, take what I've shared with you tonight, write out how it can impact you in building your brand and staying plugged in. And with closing, I just want to say this. These details should be provided more in a better understanding of your skills and your knowledge to require for you to be successful. This is a career. It's a career for me. I love my career. I have a passion. I'm an independent contractor. I own my travel agency. I don't have to answer to anyone. I love everything that I do. You need to get there. You need to get there and you need to put together your affirmations. You need to get together your digital vision board. Get your vision board, because you know what? They really don't let us get the newspaper clippings and stuff anymore because it's so crazy. But just make sure that you set your goals and have them be realistic so you can be successful in whatever you decide. So if you are a travel booker, I'm looking forward to seeing all of each and every one of you walking that stage as an IN10 card holder. If you are, I'm gonna say, a dual threat and they're doing both like myself, I wish you guys the best of luck and continuing and pouring into your organizations. And if you are just a builder and you're looking to rock this, I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you, all the builders, walk that stage at convention, getting your gold plaque, and when able to give you your flowers and salute each and every one of you. Deidre, I'm going to give it back to you.
Family, wasn't that amazing? Thank you so much, Patrice, for doing an awesome presentation as always. Family, let me have you do me a favor, locate the chat box. Let's show Patrice our appreciation for this awesome training tonight. We are back. Raw Squad and Friends is back on Tuesday night, so spread the word. We want to have the line packed next week for our call. We've got new content coming your way, and we definitely want everyone taking advantage of the better than amazing information that's coming through this call. It's a new year, and we are so excited to have all of you as a part of the team. So again, thank you for joining us. Happy New Year, family. Welcome back, and we look forward to seeing you at the banks and the beaches of the world. Tonight's call is officially over. Good night, everybody.